has and now say I will compare more heading standing games. They say Obi about 12 games, no. I saw movie behind a
they say there's young compare him. Say BBI.
But show mommy, or mummy, no, why now, sha? Be to me are contending for the league.
Meaning are contending for the league.
Sir,
the leader leads them with 2 points. Nearby league now leading me 2 points at one game, 3 points to Oma. So be out of contention.
But per the year who or why now, sha?
I'm gonna lose the least number of games in the league.
Wow.
And so they stand a very tall chance if they want to compete. I'm gonna lose one game. I do not lose 2 games. Where Ghana Premier League table na any? Medeama LED.
Yeah. 23 points.
23 points. Now Heart of Lions 23.
23.
Sorry.
Ediana 23.
Ediana 23. Gold Stars 22. Kotoko 21. Heart of Oak 21. The difference between first and sixth is 2 points.
Okay.
So there is no way you begin to talk about who people to compete, who be to compete. Or more to compete, you have to go down there and be looking at from to say All Blacks, Chelsea. These are teams who cannot compete.
But Kotoko has who is stronger?
Obia is stronger and Obia. The resource is that Omuna with the same number of wins, the same number of draws, the same number of defeats. The only difference is Kotoko has more goals, has AKP, has a considerably less goals. What are you going to compare to establish what? Ebiniho. Obia with 21 points. That's the table is showing us. Obia winning 5. Obia draw 6. Obia lose 1. Kotoko has 14. I consider 8. Has Asher 9. I consider 4. So has consider goals to draw. He said the Kotoko consider no. Kotoko share more than the has Asher. Bibia no be Obia. Dabia because ye nyina na yakɔ school of ye was ye hedi onima de eche. Ye ne go indi onima de eche obi. Ye nya Obia pass ade no. Ye nyina ye nya bi onima de enche me pay the results na down. It this league table o compare Kotoko has minimum the o compare konya. The only thing you can compare concession and scoring. Unless that is where the discussion is about the end Kotoko share more goals. So in terms of Kotoko no omoya ade eche has. In terms of us, 8 defending, or yeah, dear check because I consider 4 goals in 12 games. Because I consider 8 in 12. It has and consider goals. It has defense better than Kotoko. Kotoko attack better than has because almost 14 goals. Has I said 9, 5 goals better than them. It is what you can discuss. The rest, same number of wins. Because will be wins, no draws, will be draws, Eswati, and will be defeats, and I'm on the same points. You could do some analysis, but everything is the same. 12 games played, 5 wins each, and the Obianwa. Me new analysis are be established why strong. Or more strong than don't win him. So Gold Stars are stronger than them by a point. Diana Stars are stronger than them by 2 points. Both Medeama and Heart of Lions are stronger than the 2 by 2 points. That is what you can compare.
But look at their positions, 5th and 6th.
Yeah.
Per what we seen. Any wins, draws, and then defeats. No, what they compare Medeama, Lions, Gold Stars, Ediana Amoah monim na. You bet me do baby. Maybe omumienu and omu bako. Et me abasro.
So me cry 2 points there. It is nothing to. Before this week, now Ediana at top. She said about 3rd. So when the points are like this. There is nothing. Maybe I say, Omo will check out corner has 6 points, 8 points, 7 points. I've never heard there is possibility to meet my Basel. But as you speak, a win for House of Oak, as I say, all 21. With all the teams the league Omona winning or back on top of the league.
Yes.
So there's no discussion around whether we beat my Basel. Omo Basel in young apostles for 16. On your 2 wins, they see here. 6 points become one. I did about 22 points. So, offer Karela no 17. But Kotoko has a folk 2 points away from the top, and I'm not sure say it will be fair to subject the 2 teams. Also yeah, dear Chombe Derby, yeah, Bull League. Now only give me 2 points. But when you lead me by 2 points, it won't call for self-introspection, but we can look at Kotoko House and say, competing for possible 36 points. Kotoko ekura 21 has ekura 21 per their level. We can use Kotoko and has their own standards to analyze them. And if I want to use Kotoko standard, has full standard. Now 12 games, I'm at 36 points. I'm 21. I'll tell you some money here.
My next question can be bisa answer share points or my compete for. The Obienya.
And Kotoko has per the number of points of my competing for the Chrome. They have not done so well. One more enya baby in my estimation. Yes, and then if you lose 15 points after 12 games, you can do the analysis and say, you have bought 24. Now we lose 30 points. You have bought 36. You lose 36. Now you lose 45 points. You lose 40. They can lose like 40 points.
40 points.
Yes, and that will mean performance, you know. So if you do the calculation currently, Kotoko ekura 21 from possible 36, and that is 58.33%. That is not too good. And you're too good, just above average. House of Folk ekura 58.33 above average. The two teams, you know. I can use Kotoko and House of Folk per their own standards of my setting, you know, to analyze them and say, one more they are not doing too well, and they will have to improve a lot. And only league table also to give you the reason why I was paying one more the number of draws are Kotoko has abo 6-6.
Wow.
6-6. I think that only league table now Kotoko had to folk Samates. Any teams will not draw matches do pa. The Biami teams say draw matches Makumako 6 you gain 6 points and you throw away 6 plus 6, which is 12. 80 of the 6 games, you know. Who you need 3 now lose 3 and when you're 9 points. Banka Kofaka na lose matches dodo me obi am calculating liga. Ya me new wins on a chain drawn games because overdraw 6 drawn games are got any as abon. Obi to 12 points and atogu. And to arrive at the 13 points, you know. Like 15 points now, kind. Any one defeat each, you know.
Yes.
Now come on, 15 points on my dropping. But ABR and got 6 games. We need 3. House we need 3. And now all draw. All lose 3 now. And got 21 no. What the 3 points ever become? Has 21 only 3 points ever become and 3 points ever become one. Kwamumi no first and second on the league log. Drawn games when you are competing. Some draws can be celebrated, like the draw Kotoko had yesterday. You can always celebrate such a draw. Me could read baby na me here quick. About Kotoko standard partner coach ne say Kotoko happy na say when the interview ni bi. Coach ne say game no more boy in the omo satisfied and on team blame boys no. And how can you blame players who go 2-0 down and fight until the 95th minute to find the equalizer? What could blame them? You can't blame them. Mr. Kotoko by 60th minute, by 70th minute, no matter 2 numbers are paying, and can narrative be very different. Sure. So Kotoko current time, the narrative will be different because it's a game you are supposed to win. Now let me come to Kotoko especially. Mr. Penny, omo abo 3 teams omo league ne be ye ofie. Ni nyina Kotoko abo draw. Yes. So Kotoko ne Pando out of Lions abo draw. Kotoko ne Aduana Stars abo draw. Kotoko ne Medeama abo draw. So Kabiru the league table no so say say 3 teams ya Kotoko no abo draw ofie ni nyina no. Teams are one more the top half of the table. Yeah. So Kotoko drew with Medeama, who are on top of the league table. On the second place, Heart of Lions ball draw, and on the third place, Aduana ball draw. The difficulty is the second round. You'll be visiting these teams. But if the performance is equal, and Antina on board draw and choose to board draw, then moving pave way. I'm at the Odamochino. Because I just say amongst those teams, they'll be sharing points and they'll be losing 2 points from games number 1. If anything to go by. Okay. So that is one thing. As a coach, Ubo Liga, or more no Musia, Unim so one day was from League. When they visit your home grounds, you must beat them. It is 3 drawn games. I got Kaba. The penny or more about with teams or League. Now you Kotoko home games, you know. I think that it is an issue for Kotoko. If you want to see the importance of beating Oman compete be ya. When you Kotoko has on Kaya. Kahas is Kotoko. But as 3 points on Koji free has on. And no number Kotoko has ever the same number of points. And yes, side game and they drum pa. And Kenyadia Asante Kotoko about the edge. So the number of drawn games that Kotoko able, you know, it is something that Krobia must be interested to see how over converted those drawn games into wins, especially for teams that only compete G League ne be. Abusapani maka abranja de din ade Lord Amoah asama on numerous occasions ewo kasa video we so. Yeah. And maka cho say players are as a Black Stars coach in ni ehwa wo. No betumi akọ World Cup ni bi no. Lord Amoah no eka mo bi. Na abranja no bona obo Abusapani e wo soro. Oye typical Kotoko notable number 2s. Kotoko notable number 2s. Men quantitative for the man should be, but me chance ye free Frank Abankwa. Ba yere ba chense no sentiment for this year.
Short man devil.
Yeah. Ono ade bi ha babo mu a. Enkura no man hwe bi no wa jonza fe na aba. See you to throw in a hu obi pema aje. Frank Amankwa wo chebo ni say sa de na develop epepa ho. Sa time wo chia no de ahye ni jesi ni. No pepa no yi no de abofo miensa. Na de no o de bofo mansa no akonechi no. Nya so oba no de bebo. No dimirika no pege. See ka so bia ma pege no ma de. O pege say ya. No wa to board of penny. If you have center backs we are very good ah. On bet me attack ball na.
Pia ne from ball man so mo.
Unim se na nkofo ne Kumapem when he was at Kumapem. Oba Kotoko no. Nankofo episode de ball corner dance e be true e ben corner line into obi wan ball na ko eyi muma true oba back corner because e ko true na Frank Amankwa be fa ayehu and me kai Frank Amankwa ma he Samolinkum ma he Abrante de Dinde Aziz Ansa ma hwe ya Frempong ma he Olumo e mo Frempong. I think that Abrante de Amoah, Lord, is getting into that bracket of star players. Okay. He's getting into that bracket of players. And my main correct is for the commentators and omu interview, you know, almost say or 2 assists. But you have first goal, no. On the ball by way Inusa the running room and about the Besambi Dino on the right mum, who's a left-footed player. And I think Inusa born the best game for Asante Kotoko. Best game. Okay. For Asante Kotoko, Inusa, a boy, and na ne runs no the right flanks na Amoah shipa. But Lord Amoah, a ball no touchable no pay. You see something different. So Kotoko team no this build up. If Lord Amoah is involved, the possibility of resulting in be positive for Kotoko. I was Japan. Okay. Sure. Yeah, na game way before the game. Me who Kotoko team sheet na because Kotoko be struggle. You are playing one of the teams or the Medeama will have the best midfield in the country. The best midfield. And I could go only 2 midfielders available. Wow. Then Ubo game now number 6, you know, Adaba Kupra. So Kotoko were left with only 1 notable midfielder in Ubejeu. You look at Kotoko's bench. The entire pre MOB and pressure and zito nyade. Ubetimi at the zito numa sem. Yes, at time no prosper players a prayer. No, se born no mobile mania, ye baby shim bebre no edia but memmpene because enya factual. A team that is suffering from injuries to the extent that or starting gamer only 1 midfielder could at the bench, 1 midfielder at the bench. As a penny midfield no ground. And no Kotoko any one attacker our bench no so BBC obet my baby influence game at the moment. Clearly, Kotoko are going through a period at the moment pa. But a part of football, and Yam was a coach, you know. Now, coach has an answer, no kind of Zabekatiano. When you start by saying, so we are going through hell, now you know, men find say injuries now, men to coach, and I say, and I know, as well, they say injuries. The idea, you have some problems, you know. Look at the bench of Japan. Aziz goalkeeper, Hamzata, who had traveled and just returned a week, and Obahe, Philip Amo, from injury. Listo. Omo Muhammad Ali, a youth team player. Boachi, a youth team player. Lawson, a youth team player. Techi, a youth team player. And Francis Aqua. These were the players are. Omo are available to Asante Kotoko our bench. And you are playing one of the best teams in the league. You have agreed, sir. Medeama are one of the best teams in the league. I think that Lord Amoah actually time and again. And me a problem. I say Kotoko free kicker. Now other players in Abidjan as a coach in Pamu Biazo Muzovrio.
Are they?
Samba Boba could be meaning the Kabiru video now. And now Lord Amoah back open boy. Who say a well rehearsed pattern be. Omo Makan Bejana no ma tribe. And Makasa in today's game, and now Chelsea goes from Chevrier. Chelsea go no as I was Chevrier. And just said peace. And Rabbi Bob now. Shaloba na say go no. Oshia born one on utim so my practice say don't send me far because as an goalkeeper no born far. Oba be gada ball. Yeah. E to the mami wo po na ho ana me connect ball nje. Enra South Africa go Lord Amoah me hu say opam two players free hu no be gina ball no. He did not just play it. Yeah, what they were Bobby. You could see communication with the eyes of on Samba communicating. Yeah. And we Bob to where Samba is. Son has one born by way there. Because when you free kick now, I'm 15 again. But I can't threaten goalkeeper. Goalkeeper no. Me as well as you know that I'm not born anywhere. Because I'm when you free kick now and threaten goalkeeper no. It is one thing I've challenged it to say we need the capacity to take advantage of it. On culture management, no one pro beer or bet training boys on set piece because Kotoko a lot in games and they must profit from same. And no game no 2-2 now is a fair reflection of the game. Okay. And Osha two coaches how they approach the game. Chanko na me blame na kakra say almost 2 years his boys
the boys no lose concentration.
And I know there. I mean that's what you have to because say they have lost concentration. But that is why a coach is there. He's supposed to keep them playing. Almost switch off completely. They switched off completely. Born with jabo. And after there, a bear say, Prince Osu, Paso trade into a Bob Lastas. George Bona, not in the night left run and Amoah, and a coach in him. And we die for Joe. Oh, yes, our substitutions real. After the Kotoko left back, Joseph Amoah, when you know him. First goal, no, say, Medeama first goal. You ran a coy. What's the name? Lord Amoah. And I'm going to be seen at you. Tiafina Lord and Kobe baby. Coach, yes, has substitution here. Now, all Lord Amoah, Joseph Amoah. Now, just all show more opposition area because the threat was not there. I think that the coach also did not help them because he himself, Mranjan lose concentration, or no lose concentration in the game. And yes, time Omunya could go 2-0 up. No? If they had maintained, not that Kotoko were not in the game, but if they had maintained the tempo, Ebia could come back or struggle. But second half, it was dominated by Kotoko. If they had been lucky, Kwame Enya free headers by me, as a mensa. If Kotoko had been lucky, Ebia second half come to 4 or 5 goals. I think that Ibrahim Tanko and then the technical team, and so did not help matters because the boys switched off completely, and I was expecting the coach to awaken them up. Hey, boy, you have any about first half a year, mother. But they went to sleep and Kotoko played very, very, very well. Finally, sir, go a branch and boss, on the intense you Kruma. Macasa, Jeffrey
on drop.
Debbie, and cry assistant.
Oh, okay.
Who said, Chabono, Luka Modric type of assist or the now who is saying
instead of the
and the penny or they a Chabono straight to the attacker. Yeah. And he himself, your picky bono boy, or Salam Abdul, no, a striker. Normally, Ghanaian strikers will try to shoot from that side because on a striker. But who the Fojo run, no, and it was a penny Chabono at the command branch now, and also a bobo now. Unfortunately, it's an organization. Why have I got? Boy, there's a keeper channel. Born by be a fine.
Camera no from there.
Aye, keep an chair. A chinimu pan a kofa poon, a koshe poon, no one. We watched very interesting drone game. Sometimes drone game was a piano boring, but this was an interesting drone game, full of action, and two teams in SLA. Matches be say a promo Ghana Premier League. Senano pay obi a wakɔ X, obi a wakɔ TikTok. A lot of the scenes that happen at the stadium trend this social media no so. Facebook, TikTok, X. But be a no. I love it when your boy weekend game new year. Now referee any center of discussion. Now new MCC game individual brilliance of players. And in your one mum trend there. It helps to project the Ghana Premier League positively. And now we had one game. In my estimation, the best game so far. League the best game I have the 12-week-old league no. Medeama Emra game no. Everything be out per boom be no. Unya be game no Japan.
Okay. Sir, my also young share league games still. Or say I'm also home listening carefully pa. Oh, Steve, do too. We every Kogusa ya Arsenal ni pa that said omujo omunim so omu beseye no. And as to the president visit Chelsea swap. Kokweni Asante, no man. Mamen Chow. Sir,